Good day and welcome to my channel. This is your brother, ekfrimpongtheteacher, and welcome once again to KOKMinistries, the Kingdom of Knowledge Ministries, and we are impacting our generations. I'm so happy to be here once again on staying married. On staying married, we discuss things that will keep the marriage going, things that will continually keep us in happiness, things that will make us build a better, lasting marriage. And today we are discussing societal myth of men and women that we have been taught all this while. There are various myths surrounding men and women, how men are supposed to behave and how women are supposed to behave. And these ideologies we have carried along and we have grown up with them. We are now in the marriage expecting each and every one to play that role we have been told about. And when it doesn't happen that way, we feel disappointed. We feel we are not married to a man, or your wife is not a woman enough. You think like he wasn't, or he or she wasn't brought up properly, and you draw a whole lot of conclusions, which is not the fault of both of you, but it is the fault of society that drew lines and that tagged us with certain responsibilities and certain ideologies. They think that is what shows one as a woman, and that is what a man is supposed to behave. These ideologies we have built up with. We have seen our fathers and mothers and our brothers and sisters perform them, and we think universally that is how it should be. Therefore, when we marry and our partners begin to exhibit different characters, we think they are not men enough. We think they are not woman enough. And today, on staying married, we are going to look and delve deep into these issues. I entreat you to subscribe to the channel, hit the notification button, comment, and let me know what is bothering you. Let me know what you think about this video. Let me know your own experiences, and let me know how best this video has blessed you. Keep giving us words of encouragement. Keep encouraging us. Hit the thumbs up button so that we will know that we are actually being a blessing to one or two. Because heaven rejoices over one soul. Why won't I be happy if I get one thumbs up from you? Funny enough, society have a whole lot of concepts. I'm not sure I can touch on each and every one of them, but I'm giving you a clue. And as I tackle them, I want you to relate them to the other ones you know and you're expecting of your husband or of your partner, but you don't see them exhibit them. And for that matter, it is affecting the marriage. One of them is that they tell you that women are multitask. They can be cooking and watching telly and taking care of kids at the same time. As brother, it is not always true. Yes, it is not always true. You can meet women who cannot do two tasks together. You can have a wife who is not capable of that. You can have a wife who is not capable of playing various functions at the same time. The same way you can meet a man who is multitask, because you are told men can't do two tasks at the same time. So when they are watching football or they are watching something, their eye is glued to the telly and they can't even turn and do anything. You ask them questions, you tell them to take care of the kid, and you come, everything is in a mess. It's also not always true. You can have men that are multitask. Tell me your story. If your husband is multitask, tell me your story. If your wife is not a multitask. task. There is also other men. That is, men are confident, men are strong. In my adage, they say a tribemable. They mean that when there is a gunfire, it is the man who must take the bullet for the family. So the man is confident, and that is why he's the head of the family, and he must show level. I'm telling you, my brothers and sisters, it's always not true. You can meet a man who run at a rat, who see a rat and run. You can meet a man who see a snake and call the wife to come and kill the snake. You can see you can meet a man who is very, very emotional. You can meet a man who cannot stand an injection. My sister, my brother, it's not always true that every man is confident and every man will take a bullet for the family. It is not always true that the man who is the one who must show confidence and that men don't cry and must not show emotions. You can meet a man who is very, very emotional. So don't be bothered and be crying over your husband's inability to do certain things you are told that men should do. I met a woman who said her husband, even when the bulb of the house is not working, they have to call in a third party. The husband can't face it. Certain petty things that you expect the man to face, he can't do it. Is that also a man? And I asked her, my sister, why? Were you the one who wrote the itinerary for men, or were you the one who created them and that you know that they are wired and programmed to do A, B, C, D? It is not always the case. The truth is that in the marriage, we must all find our strengths and weaknesses. In the marriage, we should know which area each one functions best. We can't take other people's assumptions and ideologies into the marriage. I have seen a family where when there are tougher issues, you will meet the woman, not the man. The man will say, okay, please speak to my wife. It doesn't make him less of a man. It's just that as a family, that he has identified the wife to be more capable of facing difficulties than the man. It doesn't mean that he is not head of the family. No, the head should be able to identify the strength of each and every partner or each and everybody in the family. The head should know the strength and weakness of each and every member of the family. So whenever they are confronted with an issue, he should be able to say that this circumstance best suits my wife. Wife, handle this one. It doesn't mean that you as a wife, you are the head of the family. No, it means that you have been appointed and delegated to carry out a task that we believe you are more capable than other members of the family. Don't be confused about this. There is no definite rule that says that the man should be A, B, C, D. There is no definite rule that says that the marriage must follow A, B, C, D principles. The truth is that the marriage must work together, and therefore partners must identify their strengths and weaknesses. And as we identify our strengths and weaknesses, we will know who can tackle these matters better. Don't go and be a man over everything, whilst you know that there are certain areas your wife or your partner is more capable than you. It doesn't make you less of a human. It doesn't mean that you are not the head of the family. It only means that you understand the people you are working with. You understand your team so much that you know who is best suited to handle a particular issue. Today, on Staying Marriage, we are tackling the issue of ideas and ideology, myths surrounding men and women. You have been told that every woman is a mother. So when a woman gives birth and she must be able to take care of the kid, breastfeed the kid, and also able to control and bring up the kid to become someone better in life. It is not always true. You can meet a woman who may be frustrated raising up a 1-year-old child. The child will give her pressure to the extent that she can't stand the child anymore. You can meet a woman who has delivered but cannot exhibit any quality of a good mother. It is either she wasn't trained or she doesn't have those capabilities. Certain things like motherhood is learned. It is a process. She can't just give birth and all of a sudden behave like a woman or like your mom. Most of the myths and the things they tell us, we must learn them. We must grow into them. You have to grow into motherhood. You have to grow into becoming a wife. You have to grow to become even the best cook for your husband. Cooks don't begin just at the start and they are the best cooks for their. I have met married couples and ate their food and realized they are able to cook better. And the man told me the story of the wife when they married in their first year and said all the food the wife cooked were horrible. It took time for her to grow cooking skills. It took time. As the children came in and she was cooking day in, day out, she became best at it. And now she's the best cook in the world. Don't go and marry and think that your wife should immediately metamorphose into your mom. Your mother has brought you up to this level. She's your best cook, she's your best advisor, she's the best mother in the world because it has taken her years to learn, to grow, to become who she is. Your father is a responsible man. He's a great man. He's highly respected. He did not earn that when she was 22. She has earned it over the years. She grew in knowledge. She grew in wisdom. He grew to the point where he is now that the whole society calls him a great man. My brothers and sisters, we also must go through the same process. We must learn. We must have discernment. The Holy Spirit must guide us. Our elders will guide us and we will learn and also grow up, become responsible members of society. So don't give problem and headache to the marriage whilst the marriage has done nothing wrong. Why are we giving headaches to the marriage whilst the marriage has actually not given us any headache? Why are we seeing problems where there is actually not supposed to be problem? It is because you didn't have this understanding earlier. Today you have it. So don't criticize, don't discriminate, don't look down upon your partner because he's not able to function in one way or the other. Most of these things are taught. Most of these things we grow up with. Most of these things we grow into. It takes time to build the courage. Sometimes it's even the children that will encourage you, that say, hey, daddy, kill the animal. Then, although you are afraid of the animal, you have to show your children that yes, you are their dad. And because you are the dad, you will find a way to kill the snake. Brothers and sisters, we are growing. We are growing and we are growing into maturity. We will have to learn a lot. We can't actually achieve growth, maturity, wisdom, knowledge, and understanding when we don't learn on the path of life. We should not create a whole chaos. There are marriages that are suffering. There are marriages that have problems. There are marriages where one partner is annoyed. There is a marriage that something is not working just because we think that a partner should behave in a certain manner. We think that your partner should know certain things. Sometimes it is because of our mom and dad at home, how they brought us up, how we saw our mom and dad work, how they behaved in the house. So we think that our wives and husbands should be able to behave same way, should have concern, show compassion. My brothers and sisters, we are uniquely different. And therefore, we cannot expect the same attitude from everybody. We are all uniquely different. We are all uniquely different, and therefore we must be hopeful. We must pray and also teach each other along the path. The most important thing is that we should be willing to learn. Don't think you are perfectly made for each other. Even if you were groomed into marriage, like if you were taught how a woman should behave in the house, how a husband should behave in the house, if somebody taught you, by which rule book did he teach you by? Is it the Bible, or is it his own experiences? Is it his own ideology? Is it society accepted norms? Whatever he taught you by may not be what exists in your marriage. My brothers and sisters, I'm happy to have joined you. I'm happy to have met you. Share your experiences with us. Let us know your story. Tell us how yours was, and tell us how you are now. Especially those of you who are married for longer years and is still joyful. Let us know how you tackled the myth, those things society tell us, the ideologies and their norms. Tell us how you overcame them. I'm blessed. I'm happy to have met you. This is Staying Married. I entreat you to continue to stay married. Continue to enjoy the marriage. Continue to work at it. Marriage is work. We have to work at it to get it to be what we want it to be. I'm happy to have met you. See you same time next week. Ciao.